Last time on Kakumei, with Amaron and his goons arriving in Universe 6, the final stop before the Grand Priest, the Saiyans quickly sprang into action. Unfortunately, their shield proved to be no match against the Hakaiki of the newest destroyer. Now face to face, has Universe 14 bitten off more than they can chew in challenging the Vegeta-led Saiyans? Or will our heroes be among the first to fall in the inter-universal war? This is part 19 of an ongoing series that was created by Darkows, Poisson Labo, and Reenko. Support them and catch up fully using the links below. After inadvertently punching Vegeta in the face, Broly demands Amaron release his ally from his most recent technique. However, what he really stands to accomplish from these words is a little predictable. Taking note of him, the Destroyer comments that Broly's past is quite out of the ordinary, and he congratulates him on gaining so much strength in such a short time. Given he was on a barren planet with nobody besides his father until he was like 40, he definitely had his work cut out for him in becoming the force he is today. Bringing us back to the big question, how does he know all of this? Is he somebody that's already aware of all the Z-Fighters? Or does one somehow just magically obtain information on all mortals upon becoming a god? When Amaron reveals that knowledge is his specialty. While this can be inferred in many ways, does this mean that the Destroyer can essentially pull information of his enemies out of thin air? Or is there some other underlying connection? Like when Goku placed his hand on Krillin's head back in the Namek arc and saw the events that he went through. Whatever way we want to decipher this, it doesn't matter to Broly. The simplicity in front of him is that this guy's evil and he's not going to let him hurt his friends. Prompting his adversary to scowl that he only wants Vegeta. None of the others are of interest to him. Looking over towards Dula, he instructs his minion to take care of this Broly fellow. But don't he dare interfere in his fight again, referring to the portal that caused Broly to punch Vegeta. Amaron claims this battle for his own. Albeit a little nervously, Dula snaps his fingers in compliance. Seems like he was pretty proud of getting one of the Saiyans to punch their own ally. As the brutish Saiyan is sent through the portal again, a voice curses the Destroyer nearby. The God of Destruction chortles, "Here you are again." Responding, Prince utters, "In the flesh." And if Moonface thinks he's gonna let him humiliate him like that again, he's sorely mistaken. Regenerating his hook, Amaron bellows for his foe to come on. Clenching his fist and mirroring his enemy's words from before, he warns not to say things he might regret. Landing a headbutt and sending Vegeta soaring. Amaron taunts that's not how he's going to inflict damage on him. But the prince isn't interested in this obvious attempt to provoke him. He's far past the age of such childishness. Continuing, and with a bit of a jab, this is not what his past seems to show. He has made many decisions based on emotion. Causing Vegeta to scream for him to scan him as much as he'd like. He'll never have access to who he really is. Though Amaron already knows one of the most important things about the prince. He is proud. Something he hasn't even begun to understand the depths of. In that case, the god would like to try something else. He beckons how his foe would react if he told him that one of his two sidekicks, Salaga, is already on his way to find Vegeta's beloved, Bulma. Who's warned against playing this game. It wouldn't be the first time a God of Destruction made this mistake. While he tries to beeline towards his wife, Amaron hisses for his opposite to give it all he has if he thinks he has any chance of getting away. Finally! Who does this guy think he is? He comes all the way here for what? To threaten Vegeta, his brothers in arms, and even his wife?
think I'm your plaything?
Still with the other Saiyans, Kappa stares on powerlessly, giving the chaos a hand. Even someone as strong as Broly is, the magic of this demon is wearing him down and he won't last forever. Then again, what could Kappa actually manage to do? Obviously, if Broly is struggling, if he were to join the battle, it would probably be pretty much like when Krillin took on Nappa. Nonetheless, he begs His Majesty with all due respect, they must intervene. Vegeta gives everything in his body to protect them, and for everyone to merely stand by and do nothing is unbearable. If the strongest of them band together, it'll surely shift the tides. Though, with a heavy tone, Sadala states they cannot afford to lose men before the war even starts. While Kappa completely understands, at the same time it's not the army they stand to lose, but Vegeta and Broly if they don't do something, as fighters who defended Universe 6 during the tournament, even when it was counterproductive to their cause. And referring to Vegeta, Goku, and the others more so than, of course, Broly, he sincerely believes that KO, Caulifla, and himself cannot make themselves useful in this situation. With Broly, who humorously demands to know the whereabouts of the other elf, Dula cackles that the Saiyan will find out where he went soon enough. Powering up to Super Saiyan, he screams to know what he's planning to do. Upon seeing his foe screeching with laughter, Vegeta questions if he's actually enjoying all this. Who the heck is he anyway? Who finally relents that they can call him Amaron. He's standing in for the god of destruction of Universe 14 who's currently frozen in time thanks to the Grand Priest, along with many other gods and angels. Postulating, the prince asks if this makes him think he has the right to come mess with the inhabitants of other universes. He should stick to his own realm where he belongs. But he claims he's only here to offer a diversion. While this likely just refers to a diversion for himself on his way to the Grand Priest, it's also possible he's diverting the attention of Vegeta and the Saiyans as well. Continuing, he chirps that it's not every day one meets a mortal who's been trained by an angel, and he's not disappointed so far. Actually, he wants more. As he does his best to evade, Vegeta contacts the others. He needs Kale, Kappa, and Caulifla to go find that guy who snuck away. He's looking for Bulma, so they better do whatever it takes to find him and protect her. Amaron won't let him get very far, so he's counting on them. Addressing the king, even he too will likely have to play a part in this fight, who proclaims that he'll lay down his life for the good of his people. And it's pretty hard to ask for any more than that. What the? With Broly's battle, it seems he's given Dula the beating of a lifetime. As one of the admirals wonder if this is even possible. The wizard reveals that he had to put this big lump of a man to sleep in order to finally get rid of him. Flailing his arms around like a child, he knows how close of a call that was. Right in time for the king to show up with some of his best men. He screams, how dare this miserable clod invade his planet like this? He'll be dealing with them now. Slugging away at the unconscious Broly, who likely isn't really taking too much damage. One of the admirals questions what kind of man attacks a warrior who's unable to defend himself. How about try competing with a few conscious fighters instead? But can they give him like 10 minutes to rest first? That big guy is already tough enough. And if they don't, he'll just have to put them to sleep too. They can fall apart like that big pile of muscle. It's up to them. and menacingly. Broly stands and lurches up behind Ula. At the same time, he's still asleep? Getting face grabbed. The wizard cowers that this guy isn't normal. He's gotta get away from him as soon as possible. He'll join Salaga in the meantime and they'll deal with him another time. Alone is certain death. When he notices he's lost the ability to move. What has that gorilla done to him now? Standing motionless and giving Broly all the time he needs to charge up. Amaron contacts him telepathically to inquire what exactly he's playing at here. He looks to be in quite a bit more trouble than he should be. With apologies, the wizard trembles that the Saiyan wearing green clothes is far from being like the others. He's sort of running out of ideas against him. Using his ability to sniff out information. He thinks he has an idea, but he needs his henchmen to listen very carefully. Just as the Venerable Air predicted, Broly's influence over Dula has greatly lessened since he began powering up. He can definitely wriggle free enough to do something to help him in this situation. Acquiring a couple of his friends, the villain takes hold of both Cheelai and Lemo, which immediately snaps Broly out of his stupor. He begs for his opponent not to do anything to them. He'll do whatever he wants. But this only cues up the magician to cackle out if he's kidding. Just look at his face. Look at what he's done to him. Does he look like he's trying to be a good Samaritan here? Shooting her giant death puppy a wink, Cheelai assures that there's nothing for him to worry about. She and Lemo are tough as nails, and he won't do anything against them. They're his hostages. He needs them. Gesturing over to the demon to confirm this. Though he only smirks. Hostages? What hostages? Flinging Lemo down to the plant below. He's luckily caught by King Sadala and left unharmed. Cheelai, on the other hand. Cheelai dealt a mortal wound. How could Amaron possibly believe this could be a good idea? Is he trying to get Broly to fall into his berserk state so he's unable to discern friend from foe? And is this also foreshadowing for what's coming for Bulma?